Your hips is what's causing your lower back pain, and that's why you haven't been able to alleviate it yet. Let me teach you how to fix your lower back pain. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken, your sports chiropractor and certified athletic trainer, and today we're going to be going over part 2 of the strengthening of our hips to get rid of our lower back pain. If you haven't watched part 1, which is stretching yet, go check out that video first because that's going to be the foundation to this part 2 exercise series. A lot of my patients have come in with lower back pain, and in fact it's coming from their hips. And once we start to strengthen our hips, the lower back pain went away. So if you're experiencing something like that, this video is for you.
The first exercise is to help strengthen your hip flexors. Now, hip flexors are known to be tight. However, it can also be very weak, especially if you're sitting for a long period of time. So what we're going to do is extend our arms forward just like this, right on the door, and we're going to bring our right leg straight up towards our chest. And the most important part is that we hold this position for 5 seconds. And then we're going to bring it down, relax, and we're going to repeat this 10 times. Now, 5-second hold. So we're going up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. And when we do this, we want to be driving our left heel, so our opposite heel, into the ground, and then go shoot up that right knee and hold and relax. Again, we're going to do this 10 times, and we're going to hit the opposite side as well. So next we're going to drive our right heel into the ground and then bring our left leg up, hold that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. And we're going to repeat this both sides a total of 10 times. Now this is going to be a great isometric exercise for your hip flexor. This is one of the easiest and most efficient ways to strengthen your hip flexor at home with no equipment. This next exercise is going to be hip strengthening for our TFL, which is short for tensor fasciae latae, and our glute med, or gluteus medius. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to be laying on our side. We're going to place our hands on our hips just so we can feel the activation of the proper muscles. We're going to then lift our left leg up with our knees bent, right there. And then we're going to internally rotate our hips. So you see how that ankle goes a little bit higher than our knees? That's the angle that we're going to be going for. That's going to be a 2-step process. So we're going to go up on 1, internally rotate on 2, and then relax and close. This is really going to work to strengthen our hips, and we're going to repeat this at least a total of 5 times. Now this is a very effective exercise, so we don't need to do that much reps. Again, we're going to come back down, up as far as you can, and internally rotate, and back and down. And here's a different angle right here. Gonna go. And so you can see this internal rotation going on at the hip. Gonna abduct and then internally rotate, and then back down and close. Again, we're gonna do this 5 times, and then we're gonna flip over the opposite side. So from the back side, it's gonna look like this. We're gonna go up and then internally rotate on 2 and down. And you can tell that we're doing it at a sequence. So we're step 1, step 2, and reverse step 2, reverse step 1. So we're gonna go open, internally rotate, come back, and do this in a sequence type of movement instead of in one fluid motion, because this is going to be about control. The more we can control, the stronger we can activate these muscles properly, which will help to reduce our hip pain. This next exercise is going to be getting the inner thigh. Now this is a very overlooked hip muscle. We want to start off by lying on our side and then bring the top leg and cross it over our bottom leg, just like so. Then we're going to be focusing on the leg that is on the table on the bottom side. What we're essentially going to do is basically lift up our leg, just like that, hold, and then down, and relax. And we're going to repeat this a total of 10 times. Up, hold, and down. If you can hold this for about 1 to 2 seconds, that will be perfect. Now again, this is a very overlooked muscle of our hip that we often don't actually strengthen. So when we actually strengthen this weak muscle, a lot of our pain in our hips actually start to reduce. Not only will this help our hips, but this will even help knee pain. So if you're suffering with knee pain, this is one of the best exercises that you could do. Now let's say we finish 10 reps. We're gonna flip over. Let me show you from the back side. So again, we're gonna bring our top leg over our opposite bottom leg. Cross it over, and then we're gonna expose this bottom leg, and we're gonna be lifting this leg up off the table just a few inches and then down. Again, we're gonna go up and down and up and hold and down. We're going to repeat this a total of 10 times. This is going to be getting the adductor muscle. And remember, we want to go with control because this is an isometric hold. This is going to help strengthen our hips and reduce our pain. This next exercise is going to be a glute bridge march. Now you might be familiar with this exercise. We're going to be starting off in this hook lying position, which is lying on our back with our knees bent just like this. We're going to be facing the ceiling. We want to be focused on a few areas. The first area is our heels. We want to always drive through our heels into the ground. Then I want you to pay attention to the knee, the hips, and the shoulder. And ideally, you want this to be in a straight line. So I'm going to ask her to go up. And as she goes up, we're going to look at the knees, the hips, and the shoulder. And this should be in a relatively straight line, just like that. And while she's holding this, she is currently driving her heels down into the table. Now this is the first position. Then we're going to be asking her to do a glute bridge march, which is to essentially bring our left knee up towards our chest without losing this straight line from the knees, hips, and shoulders. And then we're going to switch. Again, we want to maintain the knees, hips, and shoulder and drive our heels into the ground. And we're going to keep switching because this is a march, almost as if you're marching. And we're going to do this a total of 30 times total, which means 15 on each side. Again, when we do this exercise, we want to focus on the heels, the knees, the hips, and the shoulders should ideally be in a straight line. And we're going to be driving our heels into the ground. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, bring our toes up and you will feel the hamstring and the glutes fire. And this is going to be a great exercise to strengthen our glutes, to reduce the tension and the pain in our hips. This is one of the best exercises that you could do for hip pain.
I hope you found this video valuable. Please comment down below any questions you might have. In fact, please comment down which exercise helped you get rid of your lower back pain. If you're currently still suffering with lower back pain, we have more videos down in the description, so check them out. See you in the next video. Aloha.